Imagine standing in the shadow of a crumbling high-rise, the air thick with concrete dust and the distant rumble of armored vehicles establishing a perimeter. You're watching history repeat itself, not with catapults and siege towers, but with drones circling overhead and robotic systems probing underground tunnels. The ancients who laid siege to Troy and Constantinople would recognize the strategy immediately: isolate, starve, breach. What they wouldn't recognize are the tools. Welcome to Fieldcraft Chronicles, where today we explore how the oldest military tactics known to humanity are being reborn in the dense, unforgiving labyrinth of modern urban warfare. When Roman legions surrounded a city, they built massive earthwork walls to ensure nothing and no one could escape. Today's urban battlefields achieve the same outcome through invisible chains. Electronic warfare systems jam communications, creating an informational void as effective as any stone barrier. Checkpoints materialize at intersections like medieval gates, controlling the flow of people and supplies. Above, surveillance drones maintain constant vigil, their sensors painting a digital picture of every movement below. This is circumvallation reimagined, a siege without siege lines, where isolation happens through information dominance rather than physical barriers. The besieged defender finds himself cut off not by ditches and palisades, but by satellites, signal jammers, and the cold mathematics of controlled access points. Beneath the ruins, another battlefield emerges. Ancient sappers would tunnel under fortress walls, propping up their excavations with timber before setting it ablaze to collapse the defences above. Modern urban warfare has rediscovered this vertical dimension with renewed intensity. Fighters move through mouse holes blasted through interior walls, navigating buildings like three-dimensional mazes where exposed streets mean death. Metro tunnels, sewers, and utility corridors become arteries of movement and supply. The innovation lies in robotic systems now being deployed into these claustrophobic spaces, mechanical sappers equipped with sensors and weapons, probing darkness where human soldiers hesitate to tread. This subterranean combat combines the ancient principle of undermining with cutting-edge autonomous technology, creating a battlefield that would bewilder traditional tacticians, yet make perfect sense to a medieval siege engineer. The battering ram has evolved into something its creators could never imagine: precision-guided munitions that can strike a single reinforced window in a tower of hundreds. Where ancient armies hurled stones blindly over walls, modern forces employ sensor-fused artillery and drone-delivered explosives that select their targets with surgical accuracy, yet the principle remains unchanged. Find the weakness, concentrate force, create the breach. Specialized entry teams carry tools that echo their historical predecessors: explosive charges replacing iron-headed rams, thermal lances cutting through modern materials as siege engines once splintered oak gates. The psychology hasn't changed either. Each breach is a statement, a demonstration that no defense is permanent, slowly eroding the defender's will as surely as any prolonged bombardment. Standing in these future battlefields, we witness not progress but adaptation. The fundamentals of siege warfare, isolation, patience, overwhelming force applied to critical points, prove timeless because they address unchanging realities of human conflict and urban geography. For the modern survivalist and fieldcraft practitioner, these adaptations offer profound lessons. Understanding how ancient principles merge with contemporary technology teaches us to think beyond our immediate tools, to recognize patterns that transcend eras. Whether you're studying history or preparing for an uncertain future, the siege reminds us that adaptability, not just equipment, determines survival. If this deep dive into tactical evolution sparked something in you, subscribe to Fieldcraft Chronicles. Share this with fellow history enthusiasts and those who understand that the past isn't dead, it's the foundation we build tomorrow up.